Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Identity Glow Up podcast. It is me, your host, Paige Harper, and I am here to help you become your most epic, amazing, badass, next level identity ever. And have I got a podcast episode for you? I am lit the F up today. I feel so freaking excited about just I feel very aligned with my business and my goals and my manifestations and all of the things right now. And I'm just lit up by life, by my business, all of the things. Hopefully, you cannot hear my dog. He's not whining right now, but he is having a full blown fit that I have him in the bedroom instead of in the office with me. But I wanted to make sure that he wasn't barking in my ear the whole entire time. So here we are. Before we officially get started today, as always, please go ahead and take a minute to subscribe, either if you haven't already, either to the podcast on Apple or Spotify or to the YouTube video. Hey, YouTube, I'm still here. What, like 4 episodes in now on YouTube, still going strong. Leave a 5-star rating and review. Leave a comment. If it's a nice one, don't be an asshole, but leave a 5-star rating and review. This helps the podcast reach so many other amazing women just like you. And also, don't forget to share, because obviously that also helps reach other amazing women just like you. Because if they're around you, if they're in your environment, they're obviously boss bitches and they're obviously taking their life to the next level. So let's just build a little community of amazing women. Okay. So make sure you do that if you don't mind. And make sure you're following me on Instagram. All of this is in the show notes as well. My links, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. Been loving Threads. I feel like I can actually be, not that I can't fully be myself on Instagram, but there's something about Threads. I just love Threads recently. But Instagram, TikTok, Threads, broadcast channel that I have in my Instagram, I'm starting to use that a little bit more. All of the places, again, I will put all of the links in my show notes. So we are back to our normal scheduled programming here. We had the first ever interview on the Identity Glow Up podcast last week. I am still on such a high. And we had 2 episodes last week, which is insane. I'm still on such a high. I literally wrote on Threads, I said, I feel like, you know, that moment when everything starts to click. And I kind of said this when I first started the podcast. Everything starts to click in your life. Everything starts to click in your business. You're getting client after client. You're having all of these clients having wins. Money's coming in. You're planning these big events. Manifestations are coming through. Everything finally feels like it's falling into place. And that's where I am right now. I'm very much feeling like everything is falling into place, which about damn time. But seriously, I have been working this business for 4 years, and it's just proof that things don't happen overnight. And sometimes you can see that it looks like things are happening overnight, but in reality, somebody behind the scenes is working their freaking ass off over and over and over again. I literally work 10.5-hour days at my full-time job. I'm a mom, I'm a wife. I work this business. Today is Monday. It is Tuesday when this comes out, but today is Monday, and I have a full schedule back to back to back to back to back, constantly moving, constantly going, because that's what I need to do to get this business off the ground. So yeah, and don't get it twisted. I do feel like all these manifestations are coming through, which is amazing, but I've had plenty of weeks where I felt even within the last month or so, I've had plenty of weeks where I felt like everything was going to shit and nothing was going my way. And it was just a shit storm, and it was awful and it sucked. And a lot of it was built on hormones, which is so much fun. But I feel like like I said, I just feel like something has shifted over the last few weeks. First of all, my pattern purge, that 10-day Telegram challenge that I've been talking to you guys about over the last couple of weeks, it ended last week, and it was so freaking incredible. I'm always I love my 10-day challenges or my 8-day challenges. I think I've only done 5 and 10, but I love my 10-day challenges on Telegram. I think they're so amazing, but I want the women in there to get lit up, and don't get me wrong, they do. They had so many transformative moments in there, but I get lit up. I want to go do more. I want to go have more wins. In this 10-day challenge, there were literally so many wins. There was so much batshit crazy action that was being taken. There were so many massive steps. Women were going all in just by learning how to shift out of their patterns that were holding them back. And so it's so cool that I get to facilitate something like that. I still can't believe it. I'm 4 years in and I still can't believe it. I'm having so many amazing conversations with so many boss bitch women, even outside of that program, in my Instagram DMs right now. I feel like I'm having the connections I'm meant to have, and I'm meeting the people that I'm meant to meet, and I feel so freaking grateful that I'm able to have the place that I can have like all of these epic conversations because I'm fully myself. I'm fully myself and I'm fully able to go all in. And I just came fresh off my mentor's 3-day live masterclass called Rich Girl, which I did talk about last week as well with Michaela J. It was Michaela's masterclass. So I just came off of that. And we talked about exactly that. We talked about how to become a rich girl by utilizing content and not just by like, here's the thing. I feel like a lot of people think, oh, well, how to become a millionaire with my content. Oh, I need to have certain hooks. I need to have it be a certain length. I need to be doing B-roll. Nope. I need to be doing carousels. Nope. No, I need to be doing talking head reels. Like I need to have certain call to actions and captions and what's that called? Basically where you're inviting them to join, like, oh, well, I guess that is called actions, hooks, whatever. Like you're wanting them, that's what most people see. That's what most people see as like what you need to do to upgrade your content, right? But it's so much more than that. And we talked about how to utilize that content outside of just what everybody and their brother is talking about on the internet. So it was so amazing. And on top of all of these things, and I'm not saying these things to brag, I'm saying these things to show you, like these manifestations coming through. I'm saying these things to show you and to get you to understand that, yes, I put in a shit ton of hard work, but if you keep going, you keep moving, you move differently, you will get your manifestations. You will create the life that you've always wanted. It may not be in the timeline that you want. It may not be in the moment that you think it's going to happen. It may not be in the way that you think it's going to happen, but it will happen. So I'm actually planning my first ever retreat. I'm so excited. My first ever retreat in Dallas, and it's actually going to be during the Rich Girl Renaissance Business Conference that my coach Michaela J is holding, the one that we talked about last week. If you have not listened to that podcast, I know it's a little long. Separate it out by a couple of days, maybe make it a little bit like double speed something, although I talk very fast, so I don't know if I would do that. But I know it's a little long, but I promise you it's so worth it. But we talked about that Rich Girl Renaissance. So I am offering a full-on retreat in Dallas during the Rich Girl Renaissance in September. And I'm offering it to the girls that get the highest tier of Rich Girl Renaissance because those are the ones that really want to go all in. And I want to reward them for that. So they get this retreat completely free to them by going into Rich Girl Renaissance, by having that time. Plus, I'm including like VIP days during the Rich Girl Renaissance, access to future programs of mine for free, 30-day Telegram experience leading up to the event. Like so much is going on just for joining me in the Rich Girl Renaissance in September, which is so freaking exciting. So with that being said, just a little shameless plug here, if you want to join me in Rich Girl Renaissance in September, if you want to be in that conference, if you want to be in that environment, if you want to upgrade your content to remember who the hell you are, be surrounded by other amazing boss bitch women, step fully into who you know you are meant to be, step fully into your power, step fully into this like embodiment and energy and standards and luxury identity and identity expansion, which I love identity, being in the women who play big, who don't play small, who like being in the room, plus having like this Airbnb. You don't have to worry about hotel, being in an Airbnb if you get that top tier with no extra cost to you with the Airbnb, a spa day, extra content making, like dinners, community. I'm actually working with another affiliate right now to be able to combine some of our stuff, like no longer being in this no longer being okay with being mediocre. Like if you're ready to have these deeper conversations, activation, community, becoming unavailable for that mediocrity, so much more, then you're going to want to run right now. Go and click the link in the show notes right now and join. Make sure if you want the full retreat experience, you get the Sweet Life tier if you want everything that I just mentioned, but there's only limited spots. I already have so many women in my DMs right now that are like ready to go. And we already have one woman that is in there ready to go. Like she's already purchased, she's ready, she's in the retreat. And this is when I'm recording Monday and I'm having other conversations, and I'm going to have to put a cap. I have to figure out what that cap is, but it's not going to be very many women in there. So if you want it, go run right now. Okay. So that was my little spiel to begin with. I feel like I always go in, but I want to tell you like how I'm feeling. This is what I do a lot in my identity switch protocol programs because I want you to see where I'm at because I am no one special. I am just like every other business owner out there that has gotten started, and seeing these things coming to fruition now and seeing these things actually coming to like me and having these manifestations, it's just such a big moment for me. And I want you to see that you can do it too. You just have to put in the identity work, the mindset work, and the actual like action boss bitch work, and it'll come to you. So I love starting off my thing like that. So you get to know me a little bit better, but also like you realize you can do this too. So getting right into today's podcast episode, I'm so sad I did not put my water beside me. I don't know why I did not do that. But getting right into it today, I'm going to talk about how to become the woman who moves differently, right? I get asked the question a lot, and I know I said this before, but I get asked the question a lot, like, how do you do it all? How do you show up online consistently? How do you always like, how are you doing all of the things? How do you build a business as a mom and do everything else that you're doing? Because I talk a lot about like, I was the VP of the PTO. Now I'm the president of the PTO coming in next year. I help out with cheer sometimes. I'm a full-time pharmacist. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I'm a business owner. Like there's a lot on my plate, right? So the question normally is like, how do you do it all? Or just the comment of, I don't know how you do it all, right? Still being present for my family. How do I keep pushing all of these things? But here's the thing. Like I said, I'm not magically more, I'm not a superhero. I'm not superhuman. I'm not an alien. I'm not a robot. I'm not someone who's perfect by any means. Promise you that. I'm not magically more motivated than everyone else. I just have finally made the decision that my old identity no longer gets to run my life. Like my old identity no longer runs my life. And most women don't actually have as much of like a time problem because as you can see, I have all of these things on my plate at all times, right? I'm every moment of my day is packed. Every moment. I have to force myself to go to bed at a decent time. Like every moment of my day is packed. So I feel like most women think that they have this like time problem, but they don't. They don't have as much of a time problem as they actually think they do. What they actually have is more of a structure problem, like putting it in your calendar, things like that. But more than anything, it's an identity problem. It's an identity problem. It's like they are trying to create these like boss bitch, next level rich girl habits, but they're doing it in a comfort girl kind of way. And I'm not saying you can't be comfortable. I live an amazing life. I have like the slow girl moments of my life. Like I meant to post this yesterday and I forgot, but I like even this weekend, we went to my mother-in-law's down the road to be able to go in there, like ride our little not four-wheeler, it's like a Razor ATV, whatever, go down to the creek with our kids and throw rocks. We found shells, we found all of these things, right? And so I'm able to live this slow life without focusing on my business all of the time. I'm able to have that comfort girl thing, but I don't have comfort girl habits, especially in my business, right? Those are two different parts of my life. I have boss bitch, next level, rich girl habits. And that's what has gotten me to where I am right now. So my coach, Michaela, actually touched on something in her podcast last week, and I wanted to bring it up. I wanted to bring it up because I thought it was freaking genius the way she described this, and that is broke habits. And to clarify, like broke to me, when I'm saying it in this way, it's not just about money, right? It's not just about money. It's about victim habits, excuse habits, comfort habits, waiting habits, permission seeking habits, emotionally driven habits, inconsistency, like being inconsistent, that kind of habit, quitting when it's uncomfortable, constantly negotiating with yourself. Like those kind of habits are those broke habits. Simply put, people want success. Like most people want success. They want the money, they want the fame, they want the notoriety, they want all of these things, right? But they would rather bitch and complain. They would rather bitch and complain than actually go do the things that's going to help them create this next level life because they want comfort. They would prefer comfort over success. And it's just as simple as that. So I need you to look at your life and be like, okay, am I showing habits? Am I showing this, like showing my brain, showing the universe, showing my higher power, whatever you believe in? Like I would rather be comfortable and bitch and complain than actually have success. And it's okay if that's the case. If you would rather be comfortable than be like a millionaire or have success or whatever, that's okay. Not my vibe. Not my vibe, and that's fine. And it's not the vibe of this community. And if you're listening to this podcast, you're probably like, why the hell am I listening right now? I mean, you can continue listening if you want, but not my vibe. But if that's you, that's okay. But when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about like scrolling instead of creating. Really being in the habit of scrolling nonstop, not for fun, but to like judge yourself almost, even subconsciously, right? Consuming instead of executing, consuming content, consuming the world around you instead of like in like the negative thoughts of everyone else around you instead of executing and doing the damn work. Waiting to feel ready. I'm sorry. If you're still waiting to feel ready, what the hell are you doing? You're not going to feel ready. You're never going to feel ready. Let me tell you, I love to use this example. I'm a mom of two kiddos. I have an almost 6 year old. He'll turn six this weekend, and a 7 year old. And I thought I was ready to be a mom. I was not. I was not. It was a lot, a lot. And I've gotten a lot better. I've gotten a lot better. But that realization that I was never going to get sleep again, well, at least it felt like that. I do get sleep now, but never going to get sleep again. And the kids were going to scream and cry all the time. And I was going to be responsible for lives. I was not ready for that. But guess what? I didn't wait. Now, granted, I'm not saying go out and get pregnant when you're like 12, but like I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? You cannot wait to feel ready because ready is never going to happen until you go and do the thing. It's like so many of us will sit in a theoretical car and be like, oh, well, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything. I'm going to wait until I feel ready. Yet you're not putting it in drive. You're not taking it off the brake. Like you're not taking your foot off the brake. You're not putting it in drive. You're not like, you're just sitting there. You're sitting there waiting for something to happen, waiting to feel ready, waiting to start moving, like waiting for the right thing to come in your way. But the thing is, or like come your way. But the thing is that it's never going to come your way unless you get out of drive, turn the damn car on, put from park to drive and move. And then you'll be able to figure out which direction you need to go. Then you'll be able to figure out like, hey, I'm not ready for this, but I'm ready for this. Let's start this. Let's do this. Oh, I'm not ready for that. Let's take action towards it anyway. You will be able to move. Okay. So waiting till you feel ready, blaming circumstances, blaming out some outside circumstances that you cannot control. I talk about this a lot in my programs with my clients that you cannot like, you cannot blame your circumstances. You cannot wait until, I already said you can't wait until you're ready, but you have to only try to control the things that you can control. Control the controllable. And so often we blame circumstances outside of our control, and then we blame that for why we're not where we want to be. But that's bullshit. Simply put, bullshit. Okay? We can't blame outside circumstances. If we can't control them, it doesn't really matter. Okay? And then we also want these luxury results with very low level discipline. I am someone who is very disciplined. I have had to train myself to be disciplined because, of course, I don't want to wake up either at the butt crack of dawn. I've been waking up 4:15 during the week, 5:15 on the weekends. Like I don't want to wake up that early either. I would rather sit and watch TV all day too. Like I'm only like 3 episodes into The Summer I Turned Pretty and I'm obsessed with it. I've read all the books, but like I'm obsessed with it. I want to sit there and binge that. But guess what? I have other responsibilities. I have other things I need to do. That is low level discipline. Not saying you can never watch TV, but like for me in this stage of life, I ain't got time for it personally. Am I a little psycho towards my goals? Yeah, I am. But I'd rather be psycho towards my goals, make a shit ton of money now, and then be able to relax a little bit. Maybe I really like to take action. Relax a little bit when I'm older, binge watch all those shows, do whatever the hell I want because I have the money, the time, the freedom, and the energy to do it. See the difference there? I am willing to make sacrifices now that most people aren't willing to make so that way I can create the life that most people will never live. And I want you to do the same. Are you making sacrifices? Are you making sacrifices to this comfortable life to the old identity? Are you making those sacrifices or are you staying stuck where you are right now because you're too afraid or you are too like in your head about needing to make those sacrifices and you don't want to? Because that will tell you whether you're going to see success or you're not. Okay? Your habits ultimately reveal your identity. They reveal the identity that you are in right now, and they reveal the identity that you are going to continue to be in. Like, how are you moving? What are you doing? What actions are you taking? What excuses are you making? That is going to tell you why you are where you are right now. And again, that is going to tell you like where you're going to be down like in the future if you continue with those habits, if you continue in that identity. My identity is a boss bitch that gets shit done. That is who I identify as. I'm also a very I'm a multifaceted identity. I feel like most of us are, right? I'm very relentless. I'm boss bitch identity. I go all in on my goals and my dreams. Like I'm like send the kids off to school on a Monday on like Monday morning, Monday morning, 30 minutes later, I'm like, let's record the podcast. Let's get this shit done. Let's go. Let's answer all the messages. Let's do all the things. Like, I am like, let's do it. I'm not going to sit here and watch TV when my kids are gone. No, no, no. I'm not going to clean my house when my kids are gone. No, no, no. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to get my shit done. That's me. That's my identity. If that's not you, that's totally fine. But the woman who moves differently, like I feel like I am the woman who moves differently than most other women because I know that I'm meant for more and I'm ready to go after it. Once you decide that you are meant for more and you are fully ready to go after it, guess what? You are going to be able to step up and do the things too. You are going to be able to step up and go after your dreams too. You just have to decide that what identity you are and go all in on it. If you want to be more of like the slow life mom and you want to go and like do a slow life type of business and whatever, go all in on it. You still have to go all in on those habits. You don't have to be a psycho crazy person like I am with my goals, like and work 24/7. You don't have to do that. But whatever you decide to do, go all in and be okay and take ownership for the results that you get. Take ownership for the results that you create. Stop making excuses from outside sources of what happened, what would have happened, blah, blah, blah. No. Take ownership of where you are right now and take ownership of where you're becoming by the acts, by like showing up and doing the actions that you say you want to do, doing the actions that you know you need to do. Like if you want to create different results, if you want to do more, if you want to have more, if you want to be more successful, you have to move differently than you are right now. And one of the things that Michaela, I'm going to probably get it wrong. One of the things she said on the Rich Girl Masterclass this past week was something about how you say that you've like, oh, what did she say? I wish I would have wrote it down. Something about how like you say that you've done it all, but you've only done what you're willing to do. Right? You've only done what you're willing to do up to this point. I was like, damn, because it's true. I've worked with a lot of people that are like, or I've had a lot of conversations where it's like, well, I've done it all. I've done all of the things. And it's like, no, no, no. You've only done the things that you're willing to do. You haven't actually done all of the things. And that's even a gut check to me. Like I've only done the things that I was willing to do up to this point. How do I take it to the next level? Which was me with adding on the retreat, which I've never done before. I could have stayed very comfortable and just gone to Rich Girl Renaissance and just done my own thing. But now I'm like adding it on and doing a retreat and doing all of those things and putting my podcast on YouTube and all of that when I am not technology friend. Like I don't understand technology. It is not my strong suit. Like I'm not going to have all these like random pop-ups and things on the screen and captions. Like I don't know how to do any of that, and that's not my vibe. And one day I'll hire someone to do that, but that's not me right now. But I'm still willing to take it to the next level. So if you want to know the truth behind how I do it all, I made a decision. First and foremost, I could just leave it at that. I'll say more, but I made a decision. I made a decision that I was going to, no matter what. I trust myself. I have built up that self-trust so much because I continue to show up for myself over and over and over again. I choose discomfort on purpose. I choose to suffer. I know that sounds really weird. Like, why would you choose to suffer? I'm not in pain, but I just choose to, I guess it's more appropriate to say I choose to allow my old identity to suffer. My old identity to be like, oh no, don't do that. Wait, no, that's scary. Stop. Wait, we can't do that. Like, I choose to allow my old identity to suffer because it's building up my new identity. Because you have to let go of the old one to build up the new one. Okay? I put myself through the training. I've said the other day, I do physically training, mentally training, emotionally training, spiritually training. I wake my ass up really early in the morning. I even thought I wrote a journal on like, no, I'm not a 5 a.m. club. No, I'm making a 4 a.m. club for the women that wake up at the ass crack of dawn to go after their dreams, to go do the things before their kids wake up for the day, before they have to go to work, before all of these things. Like you want rooted, you want relentless, you can have them both. Join the 4 a.m. club. You don't actually have to wake up at 4 a.m., but that's what I do in order to get myself through. So I put myself through the training. I'm in training consistently. I do training, physical training, mental training, emotional training, spiritual training all of the time. I don't give myself endless exits. I'm not like, oh, well, I could turn this way and not have to do it anymore. No, I don't give myself endless exits. I don't allow excuses to lead me. I call myself out. Again, I take ownership. I call myself out. If I'm not showing up, if I'm allowing my excuses to get in the way, if I am allowing my emotions to control everything, I call myself out. It may take a minute, especially if it's like hormone based and I want to burn my whole business down to the ground. Then I have to come back and be like, okay, it was a little hormonal, but I'm okay. Let's go back. Like we're good. We're calling myself out here, right? I show up for myself even when I don't feel like it because guess what? I don't feel like it all the time. I don't feel like it all the time. I do right now. I'm very high energy at the moment, if you can't tell, but I don't feel like it all the time. I stopped worshiping comfort Comfort isn't the thing that I strive for. I want next level boss bitch results. So I stopped worshiping comfort. I stopped listening to people who tell me it's not possible. It's not possible for me, even if it's out of a place of love. Like these people that tell me it's not possible, I'm doing too much, all of those things. I just decided that I don't let people tell me that I can't. And I feel like I've always been that person where it's like, if you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to show you that I can. But it's become even more so in my business now, which has really made me step it up to the next level. Not that people are actively telling me like I suck and I can't do it, but there are people in my life that love me very much and don't want me to burn out or stress myself out or anything like that, right? Like I got the gray hairs growing in. You can't really see them, thank goodness. They look like a little bit of blonde, but like I have the gray hairs growing in. It doesn't mean I'm not stressed. It just means that I'm okay with it and I'm okay with knowing that it's possible, even if I am going to be a little bit stressed out, even if I am putting myself out there for people to judge me and say something negative about me and call me, say that I look like a man. I said this a couple weeks ago where I have a strong jawline and sending me gifts or memes or whatever of like a man face with a really strong jawline. Like I'm willing to put myself out there because I know that I'm meant for more, and I'm also know that I'm meant to help women achieve their big goals, achieve their big dreams, and really step into this next level identity that they deserve to have, right? I decided that there's no plan B. For a long time, there was a plan B for me. Pharmacy was always a plan B. It's my full-time job. That's my plan B. I got a doctorate. Like call me Dr. Paige Harper. That's who I am. But like I got a doctorate. Like that's what I did for so long. That's who I always define myself as. And so it was always a plan B. But I've decided that's no longer an option. I'm making the money in this business and then I'm leaving my job. Like done. It's happening, right? I want success more than I want convenience. And overall, like no one will outwork me. I've been listening to a lot of motivational videos on YouTube recently, and one of the biggest things with like all these athletes, where like Kobe Bryant and Tom Brady and some of these others that will like talk on there, Michael Jordan, like it's all about no one. It doesn't matter how good they are or anything like that. If they have the talent, like naturally, no one outworked them. And so a big thing for me, especially this year, is like no one will outwork me. You're gonna work, bitch. I'm gonna work harder. Like no one's going to outwork me. I want it bad. No other options. No other like if, ands, or buts. I want it bad, and I'm going to work my ass off to get there. I want success more than I want comfort. That's how bad I want it. Okay? And I'm willing to work for it, no matter what. So you need to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? And again, you don't have to be crazy like I am, but how bad do you want it? And are your habits, is your mindset, all of that, is it showing how bad you want it? Or are you just saying you want it bad and then continuing on to do the things that you've always done? Okay. I really want to know. I would love to know, like, journal on that, and then reach out in the DMs on Instagram and tell me like what you came up with. Like maybe you think you want it bad, but your actions and your habits and all of that is not showing you that you want it bad. I feel like most people see discipline as some kind of like punishment, right? Because when you think of discipline, even the word discipline, like when you're young, like, oh, you're going to get disciplined, like your parents are going to discipline you. Like we see discipline as a punishment, but to me, discipline is self-respect. Discipline is showing up for yourself no matter what, showing up for yourself and doing the things without any excuses, no longer negotiating with yourself. I have so many non-negotiables in my life because I am no longer willing to negotiate on my dreams or my dream life that I'm creating as a mom for my kids. I'm not negotiating on it. And there are too many women who don't want it bad enough. And so they are willing to negotiate their life. They're willing to negotiate the things that they need to do because to fill it in with comfort. Too many women are waiting for permission. They're waiting for certainty. They're waiting for validation. They're waiting for proof. They're waiting for someone to choose them, to tell them what to do, to tell them they're doing a good job. I want you to see this episode as your official permission slip. If you need that permission, my friend, I'm giving you that permission. I'm giving the permission slip right now. I should have had a thing to hand you on YouTube. I don't, but a theoretical permission slip. That's what I'm giving you right now. A permission slip to stop acting like your dream life is optional. To stop shrinking yourself, to stop building your life around comfort, to stop abandoning yourself, to move differently than you've ever moved before and differently than everyone else around you. Do the things that no one else will. Take the batshit crazy actions, invest in yourself, be disciplined, do it scared, listen to your gut. Lord, the things that I like would not have created, and the life that I would not have created, and just the manifestations I would not have had if I did not listen to my gut, including my kids. I would not have my kids if I didn't listen to my gut, because there's a whole story behind this. But my husband and I had a crush on him in high school, and we didn't work out. We were very different people in high school. We didn't even date, really. I just had a crush on him. And then I had like this weird intuition, gut feeling that I should text him my leading into my last year of pharmacy school. Thankfully, he had the same number, and he waited a day to text me back because he was at a country concert and not sober. So who knows what he would have said. But if I wouldn't have went with my gut even then, like I wouldn't even have my kids that I have right now. And so I feel like we need to listen to our gut more. And this is my permission slip for you to listen to your gut. Because a lot of the times what happens is we try to listen to our gut, but then our ego comes in and tells us we're wrong, and look at all the facts, and look at all the things that have happened in the past. And like we use our facts as reason, like these past facts, these past things that have happened to us as reason to not go after our dreams. But it's not. Those are just like your old identity showing you all this proof that like, yeah, there's evidence there, but also I could create new evidence. So I give you permission to listen to your gut. You don't become this next level boss bitch. You don't become her, whoever that is to you. If next level boss bitch doesn't align to you, whoever her is to you, you don't become her by accident. You have to decide, and then you have to move differently. There is manifestation there. There is that decision. There is that certainty, but there's also that movement. You have to decide to move differently. And if you're ready to take that step and actually move differently, there are two things you need to do right now. One, join me in Rich Girl Renaissance in September, that conference in September. And if you want to know about the specific retreat bonuses, if you need me to like really go through them with you and talk more about it, go to Instagram and send me a DM, and I will go all through it and see what works best for you. And or if you're ready to take the next step and move differently, what you can do right now to make a difference is to join my brand new non-negotiables bundle. Brand new. I'm so excited about this. So basically, this is access to two of my favorite, most life-changing programs, which is Identity Switch Protocol and Standards of a Self-Obsessed Woman. I want you to think standards, consistency, identity-based habits, self-leadership, momentum, obsession, upgrading your identity, making summer 2026 your most successful and life-changing summer yet. That's what you get with this. That's the next level boss bitch vibes you're getting. Standards of a Self-Obsessed Woman will start in June, and that's 4 weeks. It's 4 weeks of really becoming this woman that is confident, that is obsessed with herself, her next level life, her business, her family, like all of these things. I was going to say career, maybe your career. Standard, like you are really becoming obsessed with this next level life and becoming self-obsessed and developing the standards that a self-obsessed woman does to make them stick. So much so that people are going to be obsessed with hiring you over and over and over again. And it works. And so many women got so many results last time. I'm so excited to bring it back. So that is 4 weeks with the Standards of a Self-Obsessed Woman. We start in June. The Identity Switch Protocol is a 6-month program. It is my signature program. It is amazing. There's a whole 8 modules for you to binge whenever you want. That is the actual protocol. We have coaching calls twice a month. I just added in F Yeah Fridays where we get to celebrate ourselves. We also have an amazing community in Telegram. And today is actually the start, on Monday, is actually the start of my Telegram coaching week in the Identity Switch Protocol as well. So we have bonus modules coming in June too. So many different things coming there where you are able to fully, for summer 2026, step into this boss bitch identity, no longer negotiate with yourself, build up that identity all at the same time to create this amazing life, have people become obsessed with hiring you, you become obsessed with yourself, and you have your best year yet. Everything is in the show notes. The sale only lasts for a short period of time, so please get in there ASAP. If you're like, hell yes, I'm vibing with this. I want to switch up my identity. I need that extra permission slip. I need to start moving differently, but nothing ever sticks for me. That's because your identity is not sticking. And we need to teach you how to make that next level identity stick, and I will do exactly that in this non-negotiables bundle. It's time for you to no longer negotiate with your next level life. So everything is in the show notes, but if you have specific questions, just reach out to me on Instagram. That is in the show notes as well. So that way I can give you not more updated. What word am I trying to say? a better idea maybe of what exactly is in there, if you would be the right fit, all of those things. Because at some point we have to stop asking like, oh, can I really do this? Can I really do this? I don't know. And we need to start asking like, what actually happens if I stop holding myself back? What actually happens if I stop holding myself back? The woman you want to become, she already exists. She's already in like the universe, the future. She's already there. Please, please stop waiting and negotiating and all of that. Like, she is waiting for you to stop negotiating with your old identity. She's waiting for you to stop negotiating with all the bullshit that you've been negotiating with. She's ready for you to develop these standards, develop the non-negotiables that's going to get you to meet her finally. She is waiting for you. You just have to go get her. Okay. Oh, that was a good one. I loved that. I love doing these. I love being on YouTube. I hope you're loving this too. That is all I have for you today. If you love this episode, please make sure you share it to your stories. Share your biggest takeaways. Tag me so that way I can share it too. And yeah, I think that's all I got. Okay. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you next week. Love you. Bye.